Hello, everybody, every football fan around Europe. Here is Matthias from Football Meets Your Elf Star or ELF Star, and we have a special guest today. Maybe you could see that I changed the jersey over here to DeAndre Hopkins because today we have a very, very big receiver being our guest. Quinten from the Cologne Centurions joins us. Hey, Quinten, how are you doing?
Doing great. How's it going today?
Oh, pretty stressful day, but I'm happy that my time 8 o'clock, your time I think 11 in the morning. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that it works out. Where are you at right now? California?
Good old sunny California.
Okay. Which city?
Cypress, Orange County.
Okay, is that more closer to San Francisco, LA, or San Diego?
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes away from LA.
Okay.
46 to be more exact.
Okay, great. Yeah, and you made time for us. You're a player of the Cologne Centurions last year. We have a ton of questions, so I will cut short on the intro here for you guys. You know how it works. If you like that video, leave a like here, comment it, say what you want. And I hope you enjoy it. But I want to know a lot about Quinten and from Quinten. So my first question would be, Quinten, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? How old are you? And can you maybe describe how you found the way to football?
Yeah, so I'm 6 foot. Just finishing the season, I weighed 183 and I weigh 193 now.
Okay.
And yeah, what else? You said how tall I am, a little bit about myself. Play wide receiver, obviously, for the Centurions. And signed for another year. Excited to go back out there and get ready, get out there with my teammates, my coaches. And yeah, it's a little bit about myself.
Yeah. When did you start playing football, or why maybe, in what age, and what were kind of the stations which led up to your way to the Centurions?
So I started playing soccer actually when I was 4 years old. First sport I played basketball when I was 5, and I started playing football when I was 6 years old. I started playing flag football. And I was playing soccer and flag football at the same time because they're at the same time of the year. And then the next year I had to quit one or the other, and I ended up quitting soccer to play football. And thankfully I did that. But I played since I was 6 years old. I played for the Cypress Centurions. That was my first team I ever played for, the Centurions. And then I played for the Centurions all the way up until, I don't know, from 6 years old all the way till I was 18. And I went to go play Division I at the University of Washington, where I played wide receiver. Had a couple Sports Center top 10 catches there. Had a great career there. Had fun. And then, now I played for the Cologne Centurions, and I couldn't be happier.
So how old are you again?
24.
24. Okay. And the Washington team were the Washington Huskies, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So a little bit about that soccer thing. Do you regret never being a big soccer star? Because I didn't think soccer was big in the United States,
I definitely don't regret it. I enjoyed my life. Had a ball with it, and I think football has made me who I am today, and I'm definitely happy who I am today.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about that Husky time, because if you Google Quinten Pounds, you get an article about 3 ACL injuries in 4 years when you were at the Huskies, and you had to deal with injuries a lot in your career so far. Can you tell us a little bit about that time and what made you going again? Because I think it's definitely a struggle.
Yeah. I definitely think the ACL surgeries, probably a lot of people when they get hurt and stuff like that, especially big injuries, they want to do anything in their life. They probably take that back and hope and wish that they never got hurt. But I would say that for me, I like it. I like it more than I dislike it for sure. I'm appreciative for all the injuries that I've had, because before that, I've never been hurt. All I do growing up in my life is sports. That's all I ever thought about. That's all I ever wanted to do. And when I got hurt, it actually helped me realize that sports isn't the only thing that goes on in the world. There's a lot more than just sports. There's a lot more than just thinking sports. And it helped me be more open-minded, help me see from different perspectives, and help me appreciate everything that's going on now. So in my today's world, going through 3 ACLs, I mean, no matter what comes at me or what I get hit with, I know that I'm always gonna be able to bounce back and be able to come out on top of it, because if I can handle 3 ACL surgeries and can keep playing football after all that's gone wrong with me and all the things that's gone the opposite way of downhill, people say, I know I can do anything. So, I mean, I think that's a super big positive that I took away from being hurt 3 times. I mean, the first time that I tore my ACL, it was my first time ever having to watch the whole season and being out for the season. And that year was probably the worst year of my life, honestly. It was super tough for me. I had a lot of negative thoughts, negative vibes and stuff like that. And then when I tore my ACL again the second time, I realized that it's not about but it's about taking it day by day, learning that, hey, if I take it day by day and I win just today, setting myself up better for tomorrow. And that became my mindset of just living in today and worrying about, hey, this is what we're doing today, and that we have to win this in order to reach the long goal and do that.
So there are levels to this kind of, okay.
Yeah, so that was super huge for me going through all those ACLs. And when I tore my second ACL, I called home, called my family. I told them what happened, and I was like, after that, I was like, yeah. They're like, are you still going to keep going? I was like, came back already from ACL surgery once. Why can't I do it again? And I came back from it again. I tore it the third time, and everybody around me, they were just like, yeah, like they're thinking that I was going to give up. And I figured that I can only do this so much in my life. I only could be so athletic for so long in my life. While I still am able to do these things, I want to keep trying. So I just fought back for another ACL surgery, and here I am today, healthy, good to go. So I'm just happy that I kept fighting, didn't give up, because I'm happy where I'm at in my life right now.
Yeah. So it also gave you a little bit of reality check that sports is not everything in your life, and you have to think also about other future possibilities, right? Did I get that right?
Most definitely.
Okay. What is it about, like, from a player's perspective who plays that sport, and has experience in it? What is it? Because when I watch the NFL, hamstring and ACLs, I would say, are the most common injuries which shoot people out, and happen in the NFL, I would say. Do you have another opinion there, or do you have maybe a reason why that happens so often? Is it like more the contact, or is it without contact in the most cases,
So the first 2 times I tore my ACL, they were both without contact. No one even hit me. I just tore my ACL. It's some of the best athletes in the world going against each other. And they're all freakishly strong, quick, and everything like that. And just having two body types that are just so athletic, just like that, going after each other. So many freak accidents happen like that because you're just trying to do so much and trying to be that great athlete that the people are, that situations like that happen and freakish injuries like that happen, unfortunately.
I really like what they do in American football. I haven't seen it in other sports. I think some sports follow that idol, but when somebody gets injured on the field, like, everybody is stopping, taking a knee, kind of in this praying mood.
Yeah.
Like, that makes it very, very special. Okay, let's maybe skip the injuries a little bit. Oh, I gotta ask though. You said you're fit right now, right? But last year for the Centurions, something happened again. Was it again the ACL? And is it always the same leg, or how does that go for you?
No, it wasn't the ACL. It was just like a 3-week injury. It was just like a small injury, nothing crazy.
But was it the tackle right in front of the end zone where you made that catch, juked a little bit, and then you got like hit pretty hard? I don't know if it was a 2-point or touchdown, but I think I remember the scene.
The 2-point conversion.
Okay.
Yeah, good. 2-point conversion. I got hit, but then I was fine a couple of weeks after that. Nothing crazy.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the Centurions. Like, from the Husky experience, you decided to go to Europe. I heard from your teammates it was maybe the first trip ever outside the US. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely my first trip outside the US. Before that, I've only California, obviously, and then I've been to different other states where we played football games, but besides that, I haven't like really traveled that much. So being able to go to Europe, and at the time I wasn't even playing football. So when I got the offer to go play European football, I mean, it was a no-brainer. Go play football, do what I love, and go see the world. Couldn't really ask for a better situation.
And then you made the decision to go to the Cologne Centurions. How was the beginning for you? What did you think when you saw the level of football played in the European League of Football? You know.
I mean, honestly, the first day I was there, I mean, the first thing I was thinking about was just like, hey, these are all my teammates. I'm a big team guy, so I mean, whenever I can think about teammate wise, when I get to practice, I'm there watching everybody, seeing what they could do better, what they're doing good, what I could tell them to help them get better. So that, I mean, right away when I first got there, I was already trying to be like a player coach and trying to help my teammates get better, and install my knowledge into what I know into them.
I mean, like you put a stamp on that league or that first year, you know, like you were second, and they made some statistics, you know, in the first year you were second in position rating for wide receivers. I don't know if you saw that, with like a rating of almost 80. You had 8 touchdowns in 8 games because you got injured a little, you know, so you had to like miss some games. Almost 700 yards and 80 yards average, and there was like one 62-yard touchdown. So you definitely made an impact in that league. Congratulations to that first. But I have a question about like as a wide receiver, as a wideout, because there are different like types of wide receivers, right? There are like slots and wideouts, I think is, can you maybe describe it to us? What different categories of wide receivers we would talk about and where you are normally at?
Yeah, so you got like the wide receivers, which are normally like the X and Z positions, which are just like the number one receivers on each outside of the formation for the most part. And then the slot receiver, which is normally the H, more like the twitchier, smaller, faster guy. And then the wide receiver, which is like kind of like a slot receiver too, which is the tight end, plays at the end of the line of scrimmage, and then also sometimes in the slot.
Are there like, so you would say you're X or Z?
Whatever they put me at, honestly.
Okay.
Whatever, I play all of them.
Okay. We will talk about the NFL a little bit later, but since you mentioned the X, I had to think of the Lions Broncos game last week, you know, when after the Marius Thomas passed away, they did like the snap. That was a great moment, right?
Yeah, definitely a great moment. Great representation of his life.
Yeah. Are there NFL receivers which were always like your idol, you know, like in certain positions where you say, okay, like this receiver, like maybe from the past or currently, I would really like to play like this?
I watch a lot of Keenan Allen because I've trained with him like in the off season last year, and then
wait a second, your camera?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, cool.
All right, my bad. I'm getting a call. I would say Keenan Allen though. Keenan Allen's I like him a lot. I trained with him last year in the off season. I watched a lot of his film. I watched a lot of his film before, like last year before I started training with him already. And then I also like watching Tyreek Hill a lot. I mean, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Just one of my favorite players to watch. Got to watch it last night. Watched him go for 140 yards. Was awesome to be able to see it live.
Yeah, we will talk about that in a second. You watched both players live yesterday, Keenan Allen and Tyreek Hill, right? So like, oh wow. Something more about your position and in the Cologne Centurion system, because your team was like really successful, especially through the running game with Madre London, you know, but everybody has to chip in there. Like I talked to running backs before and O-liners, like it's always a team effort. But for a wide receiver, I mean, do you like it more? Honest question. Do you like it more to run routes and get balls, or is also blocking fun for you? You know?
I don't mind blocking at all. I mean, I know that blocking wide receiver and you want the ball, you have to be able to block. It helps the run. I mean, the pass game and the run game if you're blocking. I learned that in college. I had a couple good receivers in front of me in college when I first got there, and that was my role when I first got there, was just being a blocker and take complete ownership of that role. I went out there and blocked my heart off out every play. And it just carried over to the ELF. I mean, when I got there, I didn't know who Madre London was before. he got there, but I got to know him when he was there, and I got to see how special he was, how special of a running back he was. And just be on the block for him and help him get those big gains. I didn't care at all if I saw him scoring or if it was me scoring. I was happy that we were scoring. Anywhere that could help the team, I didn't care what it was. I just wanted to do it,
And you will have a shot next year again, because you're both coming back to the Centurions. Last night or yesterday, like the Centurions released a couple of people, a right receiver, O-liners and stuff, So we're getting ready for the next season. And in the next season, you have a new division because like everything is new. I don't know how much you got into that before or already. But you play the Rams, the Dragons, the Barcelona Dragons, the new Istanbul Rams, and the Rheinfire Düsseldorf. Are you excited for these games? Also you play the Galaxy and the Thunder, which and the Swarco Raiders. Do you know anything about the new opponents, or are you excited for someone in particular, maybe revanche against Galaxy?
I don't really know about those teams. It'd be fun that we get to play like just more teams.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I don't really care who we're playing. Just happy that we get more opponents. At the end of the day, it's about the Centurions. It's about how we do. I always tell our coaches, our players throughout game week and every other week, it's not about them, it's about us. If we go out there and play our football, we'll go out there and beat any team. I really like every week, I don't care who's lined up across from me. I don't care who's lined up at linebacker inside. I just know that we go out there and execute what we have to do. It's not going to matter who we're going against.
Yeah. So, and you're ready for the next season. When will you come back to Germany? Like, so far, what's the plan right now to go to the Centurions?
As of right now, like March area. Haven't really had like a date yet. I think around March area is when it's going to happen so far.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the NFL, because I mean, you're in Cali right now. You're close to Los Angeles, and I have a couple of questions, because you went to the University of Washington, which is located in Seattle, or am I totally wrong there?
Yeah, it's located in Seattle, right next to the downtown Seattle.
Okay, do you have any connection to the Seahawks, or do you have any opinion about the Seahawks?
I have a couple friends that I played with at University of Washington that play in the Seahawks now.
Okay. And I mean, you're into the NFL. Can you tell us, like, what's your opinion? Why are they struggling so hard lately? And do you think, like, because we are philosophizing about the NFL all the time, and we think about, like, do you think it's Russell who will still be there, or Pete, or will they both still be there next year? What's your opinion on that?
I think they'll both still be there next year. I mean, I think Pete has like 3 more years, and Russell Wilson has like 2 more years, something like that. I know that I guess they said Russell Wilson wants to trade or something like that, but I think maybe they get like a new offensive coordinator or something like that, switch up their play calling. I think, but both of the main guys, I think they'll still be there.
Okay. And now we go a little bit more south, because I asked you before, what's your favorite team? And you answered what?
Kansas City Chiefs.
And they played the Chargers last night. And I before we started the interview, I wrote down, like, who do you like more, the Chargers or the Rams in LA? Who do you think also has the more promising future?
Who has a more promising future, the Chiefs and the Chargers?
No, the Chargers or the Rams, because they're both in LA. I wanted to know about that first.
I mean, being on that game last night, I'm a big fan of Justin Herbert. Obviously, Keenan Allen, a couple other players for the Chargers. But the Rams have a good, solid overall team. But personally, I think the Chargers have a better chance, just because, I mean, simply like I said, Justin Herbert, his stuff alone. Dude's got a cannon for an arm. He's just getting started in the NFL. Has the most pass yards from any QBs within the first 2 seasons of their NFL debuts. He's just simply just getting started, and I think he has a long way to go still. I think he's going to be a really good quarterback.
Okay, and now I delete my last NFL question, because I have to know how it was yesterday at SOFI. How is the stadium like? That's the first question. And also, can you tell us a little bit about the game? When did you like fear about your Chiefs, or did you always like have the trust, because they got shaky this year a little?
Yeah, I mean, I literally said before. I'm just gonna start recording here. I said before the season started, I was like, you'll see the Chiefs and the Bucks again with another rematch, but this time with a different result. So you heard it here first. The Chiefs will play against the Bucks in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And the Chiefs will come out on top this time. But being at that game yesterday, I wasn't worried at all. Like I saw the game and everything like that, and I was like, wow. And after like the first time that the Chiefs went down the field and scored, I thought the game was just going to be a blowout. I was like, the Chiefs look like they're that team. I've been telling my friends for like the past couple of weeks, the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. But yeah, watching that game just go back and forth throughout the whole game. He's a year younger than me. We went to the game together. I went to the game with my brother also. And but my cousin, he's a Chargers fan, so we're standing right next to each other, watching the game the whole time, and we're just like talking mess back and forth about our teams. And we just bet 40 push-ups. I was like, yeah, I want to see you do it right outside the car as soon as the game's over. And when the Chiefs are down by 8, I was like, I'm letting you know right now that the Chiefs are going to go down the field and score. We're going to go to overtime, and they're going to win this game. And as soon as they went to overtime and they got the ball, I told them, good game. And sure enough, they went down the field and scored and won the game in overtime. And I don't think I could have asked for a better game. That game was just absolutely insane to be at.
Yeah. I unfortunately I couldn't see the whole game. I will watch it in real life. I had to like watch the highlights today. That's very quick, But Travis Kelce like is back, right? I don't know if he ever was gone or like a little shaky, but man, he finished that game in some fashion.
Yeah, I mean that game was unreal. I mean, I knew that it was gonna be a high scoring game. Had a lot of key players from the Chiefs defense out, and then I mean you had Derwin James out, you had Asante Samuel Jr. out. I think the Chargers' other corner and a couple of D linemen. I mean that many people on both sides of the defenses. I knew that both quarterbacks could go out there and compete at an MVP level, and just go show out how great they truly are. I think that's what they did, and going out there and see Travis Kelce, I think he got like 190 yards off 13 catches. Which is just absolutely insane to see the separation that he gets on his routes.
Yeah.
And the yak after he catches the ball, just to see how many more yards he can get after that is unreal.
How about SoFi? I heard in the news that when the Rams play, it's pretty packed with Rams fans, and when the Chargers play, it's pretty packed with the outside fans or the away fans, who come.
No, I think there's definitely a lot more Charger fans. Fans there. I haven't been. I think that was my second game I've ever been to.
Oh, the second NFL game.
Yeah, that's my second NFL game ever. My first game I actually went to a couple months ago. I went to the Cardinals the Cardinals Packers game in Arizona.
That was the one without Jordan Love, with Jordan Love and without Aaron Rodgers.
No, that was when both quarterbacks played. So Aaron Rodgers played and Kyler Murray played.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the Packers ended up winning that game. But that game, there was at least 50% Packers fans there compared to Cardinals fans. And then last night, it was a lot more Chargers fans than Chiefs fans. Like when the Chiefs had the ball towards that last drive, towards the end of the game, the stadium was just unbelievably loud. It's crazy.
Maybe the Chargers got a little bit more fans, especially lately when Justin Herbert like was crushing it. Maybe like their upcoming team,
especially since they're competing for playoff contentions right there. So yeah, I think that's why a lot of fans are there. It's a big game.
Okay, so I gotta ask you that last thing about the NFL before we come to our quick questions, which we always do on Football Meets Your Elfstar. You said the Buccaneers and the Chiefs will have a rematch this year, which I absolutely like because I think Tom Brady is the greatest of all time and I love him, but whatever. But many people hope that it could be the Tom versus Bill Super Bowl. Do you give the Patriots any shot of going there or coming there with a rookie quarterback, by the way? Or what is the AFC team which could like make the Chiefs not reach the Super Bowl?
I'll give them no shot. Just I know that the Patriots played, I think, the Bucks, and they won. The Bucks won 19-17. It was a close game. But I think you play against the Chiefs. Like I've been saying, the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL this year, in my opinion. And I know Bill Belichick's like a defensive mastermind, but you go against Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City Chiefs offense, it's not really much you can do. And I just don't think the Patriots can put up enough points to compete with the Chiefs if they play in the playoffs.
Mm. And all the other AFC teams are just too inconsistent this year, right?
Yeah, Bills, they're you don't know if they're gonna play good or if they're gonna lose to the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
The Ravens, I mean, the Ravens, I thought in the beginning of the year they had a shot to make it to the Super Bowl, especially with how good Lamar is, but they just had so many unfortunate injuries that I think in the playoffs, I mean, that's what happened last year. The Chiefs had so many injuries on their, especially on the offensive line, that they went to the Super Bowl and, I mean,
got crushed. Yeah,
got crushed because of all the injuries. And I mean, I feel like that's what's going to happen with the Ravens in the playoffs. They're going to have so many injuries that they're not going to be able to make it. And after that, I don't think there's any team out there that, can do anything about it.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for all that info. That was amazing. We come to the quick quiz where I ask you 10 questions, just random ones about it. Now everything could happen or anything could happen. Okay. I informed myself a little bit in the Cologne Centurions locker room what I could ask you about, So let's see what I have here. First question. I heard that you eat no food at game days or before a game. Is that true? And can you please tell us why? Because it's a brutal sport. And I mean, don't you have to eat?
Yeah, just make sure I just fuel up the day before the game. I like to eat more the day before the game. The day of the game, I'm so locked into like the game. Not so locked in. I'm super locked into the game, but I'm not like overly locked in that I'm like just like so hyped that I just go out there and play crazy. But game days, I feel like just no matter what time the game is, I don't like to eat because I like to just feel as light as possible, and I feel like I go out there and play better no matter when it is. When I started that in high school, I just wasn't eating before games. Only the night before is like my last meal. In the morning, I might have like a banana, maybe some oatmeal, but not really anything else. And then when I got to college, I started doing the same thing, like 2 bites of like some eggs and then a banana, and that was it. No matter what time we played, even if we played at 7 at night, and I woke up at 7 in the morning, I probably wasn't going to eat the whole day. I just make sure I hydrate. That's about it, just so I don't cramp up. And I know that inside my heart, I got enough fuel to go for the whole game.
Okay. Okay. Second, the funniest comedian you ever saw, or the funniest comedian from TV.
I think I don't know if you ever heard of him. I would say maybe Gary Owens.
Gary Owens.
Caucasian. He kind of just he talks a lot about like kind of like football. Yeah, he talked about like one experience that he had that they're playing against like this team that they were supposed to get blown out by, and they came off the bus, and the team didn't even stretch. They just stood at the 50-yard line and stared at their team and was just barking and howling. And then he was looking around. He's like, so I started barking back, and I was like, rough. And then he's like, yeah, our teammate was over there sounding like a teacup Yorkie barking like, but yeah, he has a couple situations that I think are kind of funny. That relate some things in my life, so I think it's funny. That's why I like him.
Okay. Gary Owens is the name. So for our viewers to maybe check it out. Another hint of me, if you want to laugh, a little bit about football, watch I think the ESPYs the NFL Honors 2 years or 3 years ago with Steve Harvey. I think they're hilarious too. I don't know if you watch them.
I don't know. I have a terrible memory, so I have to go.
Okay, maybe you should check out. Yeah. Okay. Number 3, the best coach you ever had. It can also be a position coach, and why? What do you learn?
The best coach I ever had, I would say, is my trainer, Steve Calhoun.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I've known him since I was in high school. But it's crazy. I actually started training with him after college. And I think that's when I've learned most about the receiver position. Understood more about the game, understood more about the coverages, especially about the quarterback reads because he's a receiver and quarterbacks coach. He trains Keenan Allen. That's how I trained with Keenan Allen in the offseason. He knows a lot about the game. He implements it into me. And when I went out there in Germany, I was literally what he taught me. I was going out there and teaching the same receivers that are on my team. I was teaching those type of everything that he taught me. I was teaching them those things. So I would say that he's been the best coach for me.
Now that you mentioned Keenan Allen, I recognize that like the beards are pretty much the same. Doesn't he have something like that too going on?
Yeah, his is a little bit longer. Mine's a little bit longer too. It's just not fully combed out right now. Okay. My goal is actually I'm not going to cut my beard until after the next ELF season because I want my beard to be able to hang out my chin strap like Keenan Allen's.
Yeah, that's true. But they can tackle you there, right? They can grab you and pull you to the ground.
Hey, if you're fast enough and they can't touch you, they can't do that, all right?
All right. Number 5 would be, what haircut would Quinten Pounds never get himself?
I'll never get a bowl cut, if you know what that is.
Is it bold?
I would never get like a bowl cut. Like so like you pretty much have like your hair, my hair would be down and I'll put like a bowl on my head and pretty much just cut around the bowl.
Oh,
it's kind of like a bowl cut.
Okay.
Or I'll never get a reverse mohawk. So like how my hair is short on the sides, I wouldn't do my hair long on the sides and short in the middle. I'll never do that.
All right. Okay. Who is the best dancer or the best singer in the Centurions locker room last year? Is there anybody who has a talent there, a hidden one? You can also say yourself. The guys will see it.
Best dancer, I would have to give it to I feel bad. I don't remember
it's the name right now. Yeah, no problem. You haven't seen the guys for a while.
His name is Mike. His name is Mike.
Okay.
Receiver. His name is Mike. He's the best dancer. The best singer. He's the best singer, but I'll give it to him just because he sang the most. I'll give it to Matze London.
All right. Okay. Number 7. I have that actually, I think, from Patrick Purge. I should ask you, it's a kind of like a guest question, you know, like somebody wrote us, please, Matthias at Football's podcast, ask that to Quinten Pounds. What's up with the pink shorts during practice? And what's your opinion about gear cars?
The pink shorts during practice. Pink is my second favorite color.
Okay. What's the first?
And purple.
Okay.
Especially a lot of my friends out there in Germany, they know me as I like to, like, if anybody's wearing shorts or something like that, I was like, I see you with the shorts. Just like I don't know. Everybody knows I like shorts, like especially like brighter shorts too. That's why the pink shorts. I like those ones. I wear them along game day. And then gear cars, they're not for me. Driving when I was out there in Germany. I don't know. It's a little bit too stressful for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be an automatic and not have to worry about touching that over and over again and just worry about only driving. So, I mean, especially when you're on the road already, there's a lot to think about. I think it's just, I don't know. For you guys, it's a lot easier, but for me, I think it's a lot easier just driving an automatic, you know, not having to worry about anything.
We have to make our driver's license in Germany with a gear car. And I mean, like, yeah. I get you, but imagine driving a gear car after you haven't driven a gear car for a while in Great Britain or something, because that happened to me, like with like left street rights. I don't know how it calls.
Yeah.
Okay. We're almost done. Number 8. What would be your dream costume for Kölner Carnival? If Corona is over, you can go to Kölner Carnival. Or Carnival in Cologne. What costume would you wear?
What costume would I wear? Kind of random, but I wear, if you know what it is, a Kermit the Frog costume.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, obviously you like Patrick Mahomes, so that comes to mind.
Yeah, I don't know, I think frogs are kind of cool, so I like frogs, so I'd wear a Kermit the Frog costume. I think he's kind of funny, too.
Okay. How is it to have your birthday on the 31st of December? Is that a good thing? Or that's number 9, by the way. Is that a good thing for you? Or would you rather have your birthday on another day?
I don't mind it at all. I'm not a person that likes to go party a lot. So my birthday, everybody likes to party. And everybody on my birthday just like to ask me, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I'm like, I don't care. Like, whatever you guys want to do, it's fine with me. But know me, especially when I was younger and I was growing up, whenever it's my birthday, I just wanted my family to come over, my cousins, and then we all just hang out together. I didn't really care about going out and going to a party or going out to do this and that. I was more just happy to be with my family on my birthday.
Cool. Okay, and number 10, the regular question. Football or American football is the best sport in the world because, and finish the sentence.
Because just all the opportunities you get, all the great people that you get to meet in football, all the great lessons that football teaches a lot of people, and it puts you just in so many different situations that you probably would have never been in, because you get to play football. I met so many great people in my life just because I simply got to play football, and I don't think a lot of people know that and can imagine all those type of things that you get to do just because of football. And I think that's the reason why football is the best sport. I never would have thought I would have been in Europe just because I'm playing football. So I think it's super cool.
Cool. All right, Quinten, thank you very much that you took your time for that. Like we always do at Football Meets Your Elfstar, you have the last words. You can greet your family. You can greet the Cologne Centurions fans, whoever you want. You can say whatever you want. If you think that was a waste of time, you can say that too. But the stage is yours. Thank you very much. And I say good night to everybody.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, thank you. And then also just happy holidays to all the fans, everybody. And then hello to my sister and my brother, Jordan and Mila. And yeah, excited for this next year. I think it's going to be a really awesome season. Great roster coming in right now. I see how hard everybody's working on the off season. Centurion fans, you guys stay tuned for the season coming through. And promise you guys won't be disappointed. Exciting things to come.
Bye.